For 56,000 stone, 12k metal frags, and 10k wood, I think I've made one of the best bases for this price range. Let's check it out. First off everybody, Happy New Year's Eve, and for those who are watching tomorrow, Happy New Year. Anyhow, today I'll be bringing you one of my favorite base builds of this base building series thus far. I like this base because it's cheap and versatile, meaning whether you're a solo player or a 5-man group, this base suits the needs for you. Into the center of the base, as you see, we got 2 furnaces. These furnaces aren't going to be used, for they are only used in the startup of the base build. As you see, to the right and left, we have some dump chests. You don't need to have any organization rules for these, just make sure somebody brings them upstairs eventually. And here is your first floor cupboard. There are 3 cupboards, one on your first floor, 3rd floor, and your 5th floor. We'll talk about each one of them throughout the base tour. So let's close these 2 doors and let's head up onto our ladder hatch. This next floor will be our shooting ports. Up the ladder hatch, as you see, you'll notice a similar appearance as of the first floor, in which there are 2 doorways that unreveal a 1x1 filled with chests. In these 8 chests, you're going to store a lot of your armor, clothing, meds, guns, and ammunition. Here are the other 4 chests that I'm talking about, and as you see behind these 4 chests is the 3rd floor cupboard. This cupboard is useful because let's say they blow to the center of your first floor. Now they might have the 1st floor cupboard, but they will not be able to build up because this base has a 3rd floor cupboard. Now into the actual physical shooting port layer. This room features repair benches that allow you to look outside the window without being shot at. As you see, no bullets pass through. Basic peekles to shoot anybody who's door camping you or who's right next to your base. Simple sandbag heli ports to take down the heli. And of course, your basic window port. Now let's open up this ladder hatch and head up into our loot room. Let's close the ladder hatch and let's open up all these doors. As you see, in each of these pods there are 6 chests. 2 of which are on top of doors, and the other 4 are just stacked on top of a low wall. And you would have guessed it, on the other side, same thing, 6 chests in each pod. In total, leaving you 24 large chests for main loot storage. Now obviously here's your furnace room. There are 2 chests, 1 chest will have all your unsmelted resources, and the other obviously will have your wood. Small furnaces are good, but they're not as good as a large furnace, but they'll produce more charcoal. Now across the way I did manage to fit ourselves in a bedroom. Now in this pod are metal beds and a small chest. As you see, small chest on top of the door. Obviously there's only 4 beds, so if you have any more players, they're going to have to be sleeping in bags. Now on top of the door is where we're going to store a small chest with a weapon. This weapon will be used to counterattack any type of raider. Now let's put that back and let's head up onto our roof. Up the ladder hatch onto the roof. As you see, I try to keep the roof generally kind of simple. What I like about this roof is it has a 360-degree view of all sides and all angles. So usually when I make my roof designs, I usually have just chests lying around. This time I changed it up a little bit. I secured the chest a little more so you don't lose bolties all the time. Here, I put it underneath the 45-degree roof where it's protected. This is a nice touch because it's utilizing that empty space that would have just been nothing. On the roof there are 45-degree roofs to use as a head glitch or just to shoot somebody down below. There are also water barrels for you to crouch underneath to get a very nice tight bunker window. A few spots for you to look down just so you can hit those shots that you weren't able to hit from the 3rd floor. And of course your 5th floor cupboard, which will help prevent raid towers. Anyways, let's move on. Now we're going to start off this base build with a 1x1. Place walls on 3 of 4 of the sides and place a doorway on the last one. Next, place a roof and upgrade everything to stone. Next, place your cupboard as tightly tucked into the corner as possible, and from there, obviously authorize yourself and place a small chest next to that. Once you're done with that, get yourself a wood door and a normal lock and lock yourself in here. Be careful when you have a key, for if you lose your key, you pretty much lose your base. Now place a few bags down so you can have a few friends over here to defend you while you are building. Try not to put anything too important here such as furnaces, for you're going to have to remove those things once you implement the cupboard stacking and the dump chest. Now that you're done with your 1x1, send you and your friends out to go farming stone, wood, and animal fat. Now to expand off this 1x1, you're going to add 2 foundations right outside the first doorway. From there, add your walls and your doorways like I am. Now just upgrade these all to stone. Now place your roofs, upgrade the second one to stone and the middle one to wood. You'll be replacing this wood one with a ladder hatch soon. Place a doorway right here, upgrade it to stone, and add a door and a door lock right here. Now you're not safe just yet from door campers. You're going to have to get some code locks. So you're going to place 2 furnaces right here. If you only have 1, that's just fine. But just try to get some metal smelted and we'll be back. Now that you got a little bit of metal smelted, replace the 2 wooden doorways with doors and code locks. You can do this in steps in which you can place the code locks first, but still have wood doors and wait for more metal. Or you can just do them all at once like I did. Now we're going to free up some inventory space by adding one of the 2 dump chest spots. This will act as temporary storage until you can expand your base. Now add a sheet metal door and a code lock to that dump chest spot and head on outside and work on your foundations. I will speed this up, but I'll also have Fortify running on the top right if you need any extra help.
Yeah. Baby girl, you're so damn fine, though. Wanna know if I can hit it from behind, though. I'm sipping on you like some fine wine, though. When it's over, I press rewind, though. Talking bands, I got it. Benjamins in my...
There's what the foundations will look like when it's done. From there, start working on your outermost layer, and once you're done with that, work on your first floor honeycomb.
I traded my truth for some robins, and he's playing Batman, but he's gonna rob him. Yeah. I got the Glock in my robbery, 17 shots, no 38. Yeah, I got the Glock in my robbery, 17 shots, no 38. Yeah, she's fine, wondering will she be mine? Walk past, I press rewind, see that ass one more time. And I got this.
Once you're done with that and everything is upgraded to stone, do the same thing for the second floor honeycomb. Now once you got all your second floor upgraded, hop down back to your first floor and place in some of those empty doorways with doors. If you manage to get a hold of an armor door, place it on the outermost doorway. Now we're going to add ourselves in a ladder hatch. At this point you should have enough components to get yourselves one of these. From there, once again, add yourself a code lock, and then once you're done with that, head back down to your first floor in the center and chop down that wood spot that I told you to leave wood. Now that you got yourself a new ladder hatch, go up to your third floor and fill in those floor tiles. Make sure they are sheet metal.
She's got class and style, street knowledge by the pound, yeah. Baby never act wild, very low key on the profile. Catching feelings isn't all, let me show you how it goes. Loves the word, spins the vibe, lovers it could freak what you are. I like the way you work it.
Now we're going to work on our third floor shooting ports. You can copy exactly how I did it, or you can create your own design. Completely up to you. But I don't feel the need to commentate through this, so I'm going to speed it up.
I'm about to bag it up. I like the way you work it. No diggity. I'm about to bag it up. I like the way you work it. No. I'm about to bag it up. I like the way you work it. And I got this soda. Remy boys that know it. Fast money don't slow. No one can control. No need. Yeah. And I got this soda. Remy boys that know it. Fast money don't slow. No, they can't control. Yeah, does. No. Yeah, does.
Now we're going to do the flooring for our chest room. Once again, make sure it is upgraded to sheet metal, and I'll see you in a second.
No diggity, darling. I like the way you work it. No diggity, darling. I'm not the bad. 1738. No diggity, darling. I like the way you work it. I'm about to bag it up. No diggity, darling.
Now we're going to start working on our fourth floor. You can use my design or your own design. Once again, completely up to you. But I'm going to speed this up. And now, of course, place your sheet metal flooring. This next step after this step will be the roof. So for your second to last step, you're going to work on your roof. I'm going to speed through this because this is a very simple step and you should all be able to get this. So this last step is pretty much finishing your cupboards. All you have to do to stack your cupboards in vanilla is place the cupboards in order from the one on the 5th floor first, to the one on the 3rd floor second, and to the one on the 1st floor last. Anyways guys, before I let you go, I'd like to say thank you all so much this year for your wonderful support. I'm so glad that I'm here today to help you guys out with base building, and your overwhelming support has motivated me into doing so. I can't say anything else other than thank you. Well, anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. It's been Taco Tuesday here, and I'll catch you in the next one.